All right, so I just listened to about 30 minutes of absolute nothing, which is exactly what I expected to hear. Now, they held a press conference. They broadcast this live on every radio station that's willing to broadcast it. They broadcast it on the ACC network. They broadcast it on the Big Ten network. They broadcast it on the Pac-12 network. I think they even broadcasted it on the SEC network. They made an announcement, I think it was on Friday, that they had a big announcement to make about an alliance between the Pac-12, the Big Ten, and the ACC. They didn't say what that alliance was going to consist of, only that it would revolve around scheduling. And I pointed out swiftly that you don't need an alliance to schedule other conferences. You already can do that. So anything outside of a conference realignment between these three conferences, or a joining of these three conferences into a super conference or something along those lines, is a complete and total waste of time. It's a big nothing burger. And so they announced that they were going to have this press conference today at 2 o'clock p.m. It's now 2:35. I just got done listening to it for 30 minutes. And forget Spider-Man, forget Iron Man, forget Superman. These people have the most impressive superpower of all. You can move your mouth for 30 minutes straight and not say a damn thing. So what did we learn today? By listening, well, all three conference commissioners spoke, and then they took questions from the media. And shame on the media, too. You should hear these questions. If you haven't heard this, go back and listen to it. Actually, I don't advise you go back and listen to it because it's a big waste of time. But the media members refuse to ask the obvious questions. The only questions that really matter. Are you planning on doing a conference realignment with each other? No, they don't ask that. Of course not. All they ask is, do you like the 12-team playoff talks? So anyway, what they said, these conference commissioners, in a 30-minute time period, was we have big plans for scheduling in the future. Then somebody says, have you signed a contract with each other as far as scheduling? No. This is just an agreement amongst gentlemen. An agreement amongst three gentlemen who might not even be there next year. I don't even know how Kevin Warren still got a job. Jim Phillips, he's new. He'll have at least 2 or 3 years of screwing shit up before he starts talking about getting fired. He's still trying to clean up John Swofford's mess. And God knows what's going on with the Pac-12. Pac-12, they should have, I don't know how long that commissioner's been there, but he should have been fired a long time ago too. Scheduling these games on at times where nobody else outside of the West Coast is willing to watch them, which has really hurt them in recruiting and financially and everything else. Definitely competitively on the field. But so they made a point to schedule a press conference to release information about an alliance, and then they don't release any information. All they do is say, we've got great plans. Well, great. How about let us know when you figure out what those plans are? Stop wasting our time. If this is supposed to be some kind of punch back at the SEC for gaining Texas and Oklahoma, it's the most pitiful punch back I've ever seen. And look, this is what it looks like. Anyway, so the story is that just like I told you, there is no story. The biggest flop of a press conference I've ever seen in sports. They made a press conference to tell you that they don't know what they're going to tell you yet. Why don't you just issue a press release and say that? Why do you have to have a conference and broadcast it all over radio and TV like it's some kind of big announcement and then don't give one? I'll go ahead and give you the announcement. I'm going to save everybody some trouble. The announcement is you're now going to see more games played on the football field between the Big Ten and the ACC than you used to. That's the announcement. That's all great. You know, if they want to schedule Clemson home series with Ohio State, I'm all for it. They want to schedule Clemson and Michigan home series, I'm all for it. But I don't really have any interest in Clemson canceling games that they already have scheduled with big boys to play Iowa or Maryland or Rutgers. I don't care about that. So I'll save you some time. The answer is there is no answer and there is no news. This is the most pathetic. This is why the SEC is easily the best conference, because they have the best leadership. These three buffoons don't know what they're doing. And if they do know what they're doing, they sure as hell don't know how to communicate it to the rest of us. Embarrassing. That's it. See you guys later. Thanks.